The Multinational Capability Development Campaign is a U.S. Joint Staff J7-led initiative that seeks to identify capability gaps in multinational operations and works with traditional and non-traditional partners made up of 23 partner nations and the European Union, European Defense Agency, and NATO Allied Command Transformation.
In 2013, we created MCDC so that we could overcome known operational challenges in a coalition environment.
Since the Cold War, we're right now facing a really complex and dynamic threat environment, especially in cyberspace. None of our nations can take on these challenges and tackle all those threats on their own. So we need to come up with alliances, we need to come up with solutions to share information, and this ultimately comes with trust-building efforts as well.
The interoperability and the building of trust between the partner nations and organizations is really outstanding. You can't surge trust. You need to bring it to the table, work together, work through those programs, and use them in future operations.
And a program like MCDC is enhancing trust building.
Out of the team we bring together comes innovation. The differences are strengths. Our cultures, how we view problems, we're all continuously learning from each other is really the essence of the strength of an integrated project team.
It brings together the best out of all of our countries, the diversity of thought and innovativeness that's out there. We bring it to the table together and work on solutions from the ground up. And once those solutions are developed, they're more readily adapted into our force.
MCDC is made up of 3 levels: the national directors, the executive steering groups, and the supporters. Each member provides a national director who helps with the administration of the program. They help develop the topics for future projects, and they produce the project leads and the subject matter experts. Above them is the executive steering group made up of generals and admirals and senior officers from all the different nations who provide guidance for the program and also make sure that the products are resourced properly. And then we have the supporters. That can be just about anyone. They can be members from military, civilian, industry, academia, government, centers of excellence, community of interest, and even think tanks. And they're the ones who do all the work on the projects.
As a national director, I am charged to recruit my subject matter experts back in France and then to have them committed to all the projects we are following in the MCDC. This year we are very lucky, we have 9 subject matter experts committed to the 9 projects. They bring something valuable to the community, and that in the end they will bring something back to France as well for our own benefit.
When we're talking about a common capability gap, we're talking about a gap in multinational operations. We're talking about a multinational project team of academics, of subject matter experts from the private sector as well as military and government, coming together with certain skill sets that help us further develop a solution. And so the collaborative effort is the true essence of an integrated approach to solution development. And then the outcome is an interoperable solution to a multinational capability gap.
The MCDC program offers you a unique opportunity to pool resources from other countries, especially larger countries with more resources and experience, and you can use that right away as a smaller nation to further develop your capability gaps.
Without this project, we would have ended up with our own curriculum, with our own thoughts, maybe our own terminology, not necessarily being interoperable with other nations.
A valuable and unique aspect of MCDC is that all the work is done on the unclassified level, and that makes information sharing so much easier. We found, for example, that when we built our cyber curriculum, 80% of it was actually unclassified. So we build that and then allow the nations and members to add on that 20% that they need to tailor for their own classified information. And the program isn't bogged down by a lot of bureaucracy, such as memorandums of agreement and understanding, and is truly a coalition of the willing.
Bringing together a multinational team is essential because you're building in a solution with them. They have buy-in in the solution, and so rather than providing them what we think right looks like, we build what right looks like together.
We created the MCDC campaign to run on a 24-month cycle, with the first 6 months being about planning and analysis of really understanding what the problem is, because otherwise your project will fail if you don't know what the problem is. And then we spend the next 16 months actually working on the problem through workshops, seminars, experiments, and then we use 2 months to finish up the final project and publish the results that can be transitioned in a multitude of ways.
We don't have a budget to create like material solutions to kind of buy servers, buy software, build demonstrating systems. What we do is we predominantly create foundational concepts.
The products that the MCDC program produces, along with all the partner nations and organizations, include guidebooks, curriculum, handbooks, white papers, studies, an influence on doctrine and concepts.
All the things that are a little softer in nature, if you will, but are necessary to make things run. You have to have doctrine, it's the baseline, where you start from.
And by employing what we developed, they then come up with materialized solutions.
Within the current C2 construct and the military strategies that we are pursuing, COCOMs have a critical need to work effectively with the partners within their areas of responsibility. MCDC offers a forum in which COCOMs can bring together their partners, work together with them to address areas of common concern, common capability gaps, and through that process, build interoperable solutions so that they can work effectively together going into the future.
The participation in MCDC with our allies and partners has been amazing. They are very interested in where we're going with it. Their programs benefit from it, as do ours. So if you have a program that fits into a non-material solution space and you're seeking answers, you should consider looking at this program more deeply and reaching out to us to learn more.